agenda in order for the mayor to tell them.
All right, it's 6 o'clock, so I will call this meeting to order. If everybody would check their phones, I'll check mine too. Make sure you got them off or on silent for us. I'll do a pledge of allegiance, and I'll say a little prayer, and then we'll get started. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Lord, for getting us here safe. Look after us as we conduct the county's business. Please help us to do our best and according to your will. Please help us get home safe, and thank you for the cooler weather. And if you just bring some of that rain, we appreciate it. Your name we pray. Amen. I don't have any chairman's report, so we'll go right into hearing and zoning, or hearing and actions on zoning matters. Mr. Lamar. Yep.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, and Robert.
Hey, Mark.
Mike.
Hey, Mark.
Okay, the first thing on the agenda tonight is the Janet Ayers is requesting a conditional use permit for a dog kennel on map 72, parcel 22-10A, the 6.4 acre parcel, and another 5.89 acre parcel, 22-11A, requesting a conditional use permit for a dog kennel. We had the public hearing with planning and zoning, and
one bath, little houses. I wish I had taken a picture of them and brought it to you. They are really, really attractive. And one of them is finished and is occupied. The other one is going to be finished next Monday. We called for the final inspection, and I have somebody already wanting to move into that one. And so consequently, I'd like to build a third one. And it's the Planning and Zoning Commission approved changing this zoning, so I could build this third one, and now it's up to y'all. And so I'll be glad to answer any questions that you might have on it.
Does anybody have any questions for Mr. Hutchins? Thank you. Good? All right. Thank you. All right. That was for the rezone. Now, if anybody would speak in opposition of this rezone. No? Anything else, Mr. Hutchins? Good?
Or if anybody else wants to speak in favor.
Or if anybody else wants to speak in favor, that's true.
My wife would.
All right. We'll come back on this side, and I'll be looking for a motion to approve this rezone.
So moved.
Second. All right, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All right, Commissioner Bennett. Commissioner,
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Okay, all right. Commissioner Lamar? You're up.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman, the next rezone request is Julia Eccles. She's requesting to rezone her 5.98 acre property from A2 to RR so she can subdivide the two homes on the property. Property is located on map 10, parcel 144 on Blacks Creek Church Road in District 1. The vote of the Planning and Zoning Commission was a vote of 6-0 to recommend approval of this rezone request.
All right, is Ms. Eccles here to speak tonight? No? Since she's not here, I guess we'll move on to opposition.
Well, you can either do it or the board can choose to postpone it. That's up to you.
I say we keep going.
Move in.
Okay.
All right.
Does anybody in here speak in opposition to the rezone? Map 10, parcel 144. No? All right. Anybody else want to speak in favor other than Ms. Eccles? No? All right. We'll keep it moving. Come back over here. We're looking for a motion to approve the rezone.
I'll make a motion to approve rezone.
Second.
All right. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Mr. Kirk, will you start us off?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, you know, comment on it.
Would anybody like to make any comments or, statements on behalf of zoning amendments put forth tonight? Anybody? All right, with that satisfied, come back on this side, and since they took them all in consent, we'll do the same, we'll take them all together. So we're just looking for a motion to approve.
I've got a question.
Oh, you got a question?
Mr. Mark, just out of curiosity, was the language, did they just feel like it was a cleanup situation? I mean, has there been any particular instance that drove?
Yes, there was a reason, and I have talked with Mike, several times over the last couple of years about, accessory buildings. We have a problem, and it's not so much where a house fits and they won't add a storage or that type thing. It's where you may have 25, 50, 100 plus acres. You don't have a house on it, it's a farm, but the way that it was written, you couldn't build a barn on it.
Yes.
So it's a cleanup, and it makes it much more friendly for the public.
Satisfied, thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else want to say anything? All right, just looking for a motion here to approve the zoning amendments for tonight.
I make a motion to approve.
All right, motion?
And that was all four of them?
Yes, sir.
In one vote?
Yes, sir.
Unless you want to split it? No, I don't, I'm just, I'm making it clear, or in my mind. The auction, we set on it for 1 month.
Yeah.
Second.
All right, got a motion and a second, any discussion? All right. Commissioner Doster?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, thank you very much. All right, you guys are released. Next on the agenda is statement and remarks from citizens on any of the agenda items. That will be 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, we'll keep moving on. Number 4 on our agenda, next on our agenda will be discuss accepting the Republican Party's nominee, Ralph Hudgens, to fill a vacant position on the Board of Elections. Mike Madison stepped down. They've put up Mr. Ralph Hudgens. I believe everyone has a letter stating that. I know Ralph is in my district, so I know Mr. Hudgens pretty well. I definitely don't have any issue with it. I know we're not voting tonight, but this is just any discussion you guys want to have. Open the floor.
I assume he'll accept if he's,
What's that?
I assume he will accept it if he's.
Yeah, he said he would ask you
Okay.
tonight. He said he would. That's a good question. I didn't think about that there.
And he took off.
I did say something to him earlier.
He had to leave early.
Year's numbers and everything else also.
Yeah, I just make a comment about the Jones Chapel. I think that's definitely gotta be done. It was widened.
Well,
but
if
it's
not,
it's
you're gonna waste that money that the state
Yeah.
provided for us to do
Yeah,
that
I
and
think
everything else. We don't go and get a topping on there.
That's right, it's terrible, but I think it's a good choice.
I rode down there the other day, and there's if it rains, that water will pool in the road the way it is right now. But we'll fix it. So, you know, I'm all about that. Now, Mr. Bettis, you have
But I trust our superintendent, knowing that what is best for the county.
Those are main thoroughfare roads and everything else, yes,
I know,
there are some smaller ones, everything
Sure.
else, but the most benefit to the most through traffic and everything else.
right. And
For the condition and everything else, that's why we come up with those 3 main
that's why
thoroughfares.
you do what you do. So,
And you graciously acknowledge that.
yes,
Very
exactly,
much appreciated.
absolutely,
That's not saying we
Yes.
can't do some of these other, we are gonna look at some other
sure,
types and everything else for, I know we got Kellogg, stuff like that.
Right.
West Kellogg, Timber Lane up there. There's a couple of those that are pretty bad, but we'll keep on patching and
Yeah,
everything
sure,
else. I mean,
sure.
yes, they can't constantly
Yeah.
come back, but we'll keep
Yeah.
on.
I'm talking to Derek, you know, there's a lot of little small roads, I'm talking you too, there's a lot of our small roads that we do have taxpayers on, and we're gonna have to get to at some point. And
That's right.
It's kind of, you know, we patch them so much, is it worth going ahead and do it? And like East Commerce, you know, that'd take up almost a whole year's budget.
Yes, that's
you know.
7 miles, I think this is 8.79 or something, close to the number.
Did you say
of
traffic is increasing on that road?
Oh, yes.
Just getting more and more traffic on that. And
All throughout the county.
been trying to work with the sheriff and try to get some of these trucks off these no-through roads, because that is.
Every
that's-
chance you get.
Yeah, we talked to several
Especially
loggers.
logging chicken
Yeah,
trucks,
that's right.
they are supposed to take the most direct route back to a state route.
Gotcha.
To stay off of our road best they can.
Yeah, we even talked to BOC trying to get them to go up, take a left and go up, then go down, get on 334 to go.
Right.
So, but, yeah, I, like I said, I'd ask the chairman about these, because Derek brings it up more than you about the smaller roads. Right. And getting those, you know, Idaho Rogers, you know, there's a lot of patching, you know, in certain areas on that one.
The biggest thing, if you do ride these three, really look at the alligator and the alligator cracking and everything else, and then the sunk in spots and everything.
Oh.
There's a lot more than we really realize.
We never got a sealer, did we?
Yes, crack sealer, yeah, we've actually been out a little bit, we're gonna be out even more. This winter, we've been waiting for the break to finish up grass cutting and also cooler, a little bit cooler weather.
All right, we'll get back to
But we do have 12, we did get a whole 10 pallets of crack sealer.
Okay, good.
So we did use it down on HV Chandler Road and, that Dameron Drive down there.
Good.
So, get
And
that
we're
one
also
positioned.
in a black and spot. Yes.
Yeah, that's
We
a
are.
good deal.
Over
So,
yeah.
I haven't been through Rogers Mill, but I assume that is its worst.
To get up to 20 million, 40 million.
I don't think you can,
I mean, I'm just, I don't think, the point being, I don't think people realize.
no,
How
our road
expensive
conditions
and
are
how
so far
long.
behind, we will never catch up on all these roads, the conditions of the roads. The tax, 10 years, 7 years, whatever, that's tax we split, that's turned down, that we thought all our money was gonna go to Atlanta, that would've helped us out graciously.
That was T-Splosh.
T-Splosh, yes.
Regional T-Splosh.
Regional T-Spot.
That one hurt us bad, not getting
You know,
that, that would've been an extra 1.6 million a year for this county, I think.
You know,
I think it would
we
be
tried
extra.
to get it back again right before we,
Right.
because it went to single county now. That screws everything up, but we tried to get it, and we had 6 counties, and Winder Barrow, they didn't wanna do it because they were trying to pass a $45 million SPLOST referendum, pay off debt.
Right.
And so they were our 7th county to put us in a vote. We did try
Right.
again after that, you know.
But that's the viewpoint I'm coming from, is hitting these main thoroughfares more than the others. And we'll never catch up, but
Right.
the amount that we have in there and everything else, even if we spend all of next year's SPLOST already, $6 million, that's not going to even, I mean, look, we're doing 8 miles for $1 million. We got 400 and something miles of dirt road, paved road, 113 of dirt road, so.
Yeah, in the legislative conference, I was talking with some folks in similar sized counties, and some of those fortunately in South Georgia got into T-Splosh, and so
Everything in Middle Georgia.
they're all just
Yes.
happy that
And
that
that's
happened.
another reason our asphalt prices have went up,
Yeah,
because the majority of the work's going on down there and everything.
right. But the other counties that don't, they're actually in worse shape than we are listening to what they're talking about. So it's not just Madison County. it's
No,
everywhere
if
in
you
the
look
state
at
of
all the
Georgia.
roads where you go with different counties, I just, it's natural for me to look when I'm driving down roads and look where our roads are not as bad as most.
But, you know, Georgia's like 48th and the state spending money on roads.
Okay.
And so counties and cities are the ones that are doing these roads. They come straight from counties and cities, you know, for the main parts. And so people need to understand that. And I think a lot of them do.
Right.
You know.
Now, we will be getting, I have not heard the exact amount yet for the 2020 safety project. We'll probably be getting between $300,000 and $500,000. That's for just signage, striping. We put in for 20 roads to be done. So I don't know how much of that we'll get, but they said at least 300-something thousand on that, so. And we'll put in for it again this year and everything, but we should be hearing for that again. That's the safety, 2020 safety project.
What was the one that the chairman talked about, maybe fixing some intersections? Like that one at 106 and East Commerce. next time.
That was another
All
special one you have.
system safety, that was something
No,
else.
yeah, that's another one, but we could not apply for nothing like that for this off system safety on this one, not
Okay.
2020.
Okay.
It was strictly for signage and striping and stuff. But if that ever comes up, y'all know of anything, let us know, we'll be glad to apply.
Yeah.
But like Rhonda said, everything's on computer, we had a ton of,
Really?
He seems to be willing. He's thinking about, he wants to talk to us before he makes that decision, so.
I'll make sure.
If somebody, you wanna reach out to him, I know he wants to talk to Chairman Scarlett.
Okay. Anybody else? I think now Josh, I believe, is sticking around, and so, that would be for an entirely new board over there. I know it's back out of the office, so hopefully keep moving in a good direction. If nobody else has anything, we'll keep moving.
Well, I just recap, so we individually should reach out to Mark, and then,
Yes.
I'll say officially let Chairman reach out to him if he's gonna bring his name forward.
Yeah, that's exactly right, so just make sure if you have any questions, and if you have any, anybody that you would like to put up, make sure
Sure.
you talk to the IDA and Chairman as well. All right, discuss 2019 budget amendments. We also got an email about these. These are, house cleaning. Getting things in the right area. The LMIG funds we received in 2018, we'll be expending them in 19. I guess next year we'll be doing basically the same thing. They give it to us and we spend it the next year. So that's what that gave. $700,000, over $750,000 actually, line item is there. Does anybody have any questions, comments or anything about those, or? Me or maybe Rhonda could answer.
I thought they all looked pretty straightforward.
Yeah, they, just like I said, just trying to get everything in line with our budgets here. We'll be voting on those next meeting, so obviously, talk to the chairman, talk to Kathy. Anybody that's involved in the budget amendments, make sure you talk to them, see if there's any information. All right, anything else on that, guys? All right, go down to, number 8, roads update. Since Alan's here, I'll go last. Does anybody else have any? Y'all have any roads update?
Didn't meet with, I just talked to him about it, it's just, 72 and turning on to McKinnon Morris Road, there's,
Okay.
I'll talk to him about that, a little safety concern.
Mr. Kirk, you got anything?
No, I think I've talked to him about all the stuff I have.
Mr. Thompson?
No.
I've been contacted about Sanford Road, and this is really a sheriff issue too, and I've talked to the sheriff about it. That's one of the few county roads that actually is 50 miles an hour. Like, we found out that that's a 50-mile-an-hour road there. A lot of folks on that road would like to see it reduced to 45. Now, I know how that can cause things and that kind of stuff, and the people on the road will probably, hopefully get a petition and that kind, and they are concerned about it, because that, nobody pays attention to double yellow on that road. Nobody does. It is dangerous. It is dangerous on that road. So if we could, drive it 5 miles, that's a Sanford Road. Okay?
Do you want this on our October 28th agenda?
No, not yet. I'd like to see the study and get back with the foot. It's really about the people on the road. You know what I'm saying? I don't go down that road except for just to go down and see if everything's okay. And so,
From
it's about
106?
people who live there.
from 106 to 5-4.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yeah. But it goes back to 45 on the other side. Like, just that little stretch was changed. I can't, I'm trying to find some stuff on it. That's difficult. Anybody else? Everybody's good?
I'll add this under roads update. I had a brief conversation, I guess I'll enter it almost, say officially, but for no action. I'd like for Alan and Derek to officially look at any updates that we may need, like on our driveways, where they're putting new driveways in, where they're just dropping a pipe in, any permitting issues that we need to address from a safety standpoint, because sometimes those can get to be, when those guys are out there mowing and pulling ditches and stuff, if there's not proper slopes, proper in treatments on those pipes, it's not just a safety hazard for our road guys, but, young driver, or even an experienced driver slide off the road and hits that abrupt end of a pipe, you know, it would have an additional cost to, you know, the homeowner or business that's putting that driveway pipe in, but nothing that's got to be, I'm not saying, suggesting for, you know, a vote in the next month, but if those types of items, if y'all could maybe put on your radar to look at over the next couple of months.
I've talked to Linda about that, everything, that would need to go through zoning and everything. Right now, there's not really anything commercial, nothing on residential.
Well, it's just something that, you know, from a safety standpoint, on several fronts, is something we could maybe have staff look at, maybe bring back recommendations at the first of the year.
That's a question. How many driveway pipes are we normally putting in? I mean, the county's not doing every one on every construction item.
No, we do not. It's their choice and everything else. We will put them in.
Right.
But most of the time, most of the developers and stuff put them in themselves. We normally put in the single driveways here or there, whatever else. But we do not supply any dirt. We will supply the pipe, the man labor, and some gravel. That's one thing, one stipulation. We don't have enough dirt to haul out and everything else on that part.
Right. And so, but that is, if they request the county to do that, we do have a charge for that, right?
It's really a break-even charge. We're not really making anything.
Okay. All right.
Because it's normally a new house or something like that going on.
Right.
But if somebody did try to abuse the system, I would definitely bring come for y'all, whatever else, and up the charge, whatever else.
Right.
We're covering the cost of it.
Right. So that does bring up the point, if we got contractors putting in, do we have what they should be doing as far as the ends of those pipes? Right?
It's several things. It could be the in-treatment of the pipe from a safety standpoint. It could be the actual size of the pipe. If somebody just thinks, oh, you know, my neighbor upstream just throwed a 15-inch in, depending on what, you know, is flowing into that, it really needs to be looked at. And also needs to be looked at from a sight distance standpoint. You just, you know, if there's a spot on that lot that would be more conducive to a driveway, might cost them more money to put it in, but from a safety standpoint, getting on that public right-of-way, there may be some visual aspects of it. I think from a whole safety standpoint, we need to have a little more guidance maybe or have our guys having a little more say-so in it. And I think that from a